According to the Oxford Learner's Dictionary, agglomeration can be defined as a group of things put together in no particular order or arrangement. It means like something that stay together in a certain place without planning first. To make it easier to understand when it comes about agglomeration, just remember these two key points, which is concentration and put together. In the term of urban economies, agglomeration is referred to the benefits that come when firms and people locate near one another together in cities and industrial clusters. For example, in one area, there are poultry farm and the slaughterhouse. So the slaughterhouse buy the chicken from the poultry farm and process it before sells it to the vendor or market. In this case, both industries are depending on one another to generate their economy. In the context of urbanization, agglomeration is a form of concentration of whether the goods, building, organization, population, industry, services, or culture in a particular place, which leads to the generation of specific competitive advantages. In a simple word, when agglomeration in an area consists of a variety of industries, it will lead to various interdependencies between industries and result in different economic generation in one area. Theory of increasing return. It happened to the city of effectiveness may be the basis for the formation of the city. According to Marshall agglomeration theory, firms should receive increasing return from a trinity of agglomeration economies: a local pool of skilled labor, local supplier linkage, and local knowledge spillovers. Recent evolutionary theories suggest that whether agglomeration economies generate increasing returns or diminishing returns depend on time and especially the evolution of the industry life cycle. Industrial agglomeration. It refers to high concentration of industrial activities in an area. When a specialized industry is established in any area, it builds up a body of trained workers, and this tends to attract to the area industries of same type of subsidiary type. The subsidiary industries may likewise attract another type of major industries. For example, in Kuantan, as Dr. Suzy told us before, got automotive industries, and around that have tire factory, cushion making factory, and others related things needed by that automotive industry. The resulting growth of population itself then attract diverse and lighter type of industries, and snowball-like of population and industries occurs. When the growth of population, improvement in transportation, in education, and in professional services follows, and are rendering conditions yet more attractive for further increase in population and industry. It often occurs that the establishment of an industrial center may owe its existence to some special advantages of the site, such as the existence of coal or iron, or a port or nearest to a market have been major determining factors in the selection of sites for many existing industries. In other words, it will give a positive impact of the development sector of that area. General triggers urban agglomeration. The major reason for growth is population migration towards cities or metropolitan regions, driven by the population expectation to find attractive living conditions. Some scholars mention that push and pull factor triggering migration decision. In this table, these factors have been distinguished into three spheres. First is economic spheres. Push factor: lack of resources like water, food, goods. Economic disadvantages: salary, lack of services, unemployment. Pull factor: economic advantages: better employment opportunities, salaries. Good accessibility, enabling faster commuting. Second is housing or living conditions peer. Push factor, lack of housing, low neighborhood quality, few social, educational, leisure opportunities. Pull factor, sufficient housing, building and provision, better neighborhood quality, good social, education, leisure facility. Third is social sphere, push factor, end of professional education, change of job, increase of personal income, family status change like a marriage, children, death, and others. Pull factor, appropriate social neighborhood structure. Former neighborhood and friends move earlier to the target area, which evolved as homogeneous ethnic district.
Here I will continue the presentation with agglomerated production and deficit production. Agglomerated production is represent industrial activities taking advantage of increased interaction when they locate close to one another, also known as economy of agglomeration. The second one is this lead to the setting of manufacturing cluster where transportation and coordination costs are lower. The third one is linkage between zone of agglomeration are generally serviced by high capacity transport corridor between terminals such as port, airport and rail yards. Okay, next, deficit production. Deficit production is represent industrial activities gaining from numerous but specific local regional advantage, such as access to resource or labor. The second one is its main drawback resides in the linkage between the element that can be difficult to maintain if transport costs are high or if transportation has insufficient physical capacity. Okay, now I will continue with the diagram. Okay, the diagram show the deficit and agglomerated. Okay, first I will explain a bit about agglomerated. Agglomerated means centralized. Okay, for example, as we can see at Pekan Pahang have a car industry, and then at the area also have a tire factory, cushion factory, and other components related to main industry. So, main industry no need to look for a supplier that is far away because there is one nearby. Okay, for deficit is opposite because it is not local. For example, at Tanjung Malim have a proton factory and the tire factory at Kedah. At the same time, the tire factory want to get a raw material and had to take it from another place, such as take rubber from Perlis. So, it is not locally like agglomerated. It is so hard for main industry to get a raw material like tire or something related with main industry. Thank you.
The advantages of agglomeration is it can reduce the operation costs, especially costs on transportation, communication, infrastructure and facilities, and also the administration costs. The next advantage of agglomeration is it can give access to the skilled labor and technology. The concentration of work will make a lot of people having specialized skill and training at the same area. The third advantage of agglomeration is also grouping of similar industry thus end toward industrial activity. It will attract partly dependent lighter industry to another and different industry. Another advantage of agglomeration is also the finished product of one industry is often the raw material of another industry. And the last one of advantage of agglomeration is Concentration of diverse industry is advantageous to the worker. Worker have a lot of choice of occupation. When one trade goes slack, he able to obtain work in another company. However, agglomeration also have disadvantages. The first is permanent change of public demand, like rayon instead of cotton, electric instead of steam engine. The concentration of some industry in the same area will suffer because no more economic activity. The second one is concentration of industry in large city, almost inevitably suffer economically as a result of street traffic congestion. The third one, agglomeration also result adverse effect on the health of workers caused by the congestion of house, overcrowding within house, air, and noise pollution. Another disadvantages of agglomeration is concentration of industry occurs in an undeveloped area. Industry will demand the public authorities to supply roads, water, electricity, gas, sewerage, school, workers' housing, and other community facilities. Agglomeration also will affect the land value. The growth of city result in a rise of land value. And the last one, disadvantages of agglomeration is demand for good rise and fall. And when it falls, in specialized area affect unemployment results. That's all from us. Thank you.